Book of Revelation. Chapter 9. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns Daily. Last time, in Chapter 8, the Lamb opened the seventh seal and heaven fell silent. Then the first four trumpets sounded, bringing fire, blood, darkness, and destruction over a third of the earth, sea, and sky. Nature itself trembled before God's judgment. Now, in Revelation chapter 9, the last three trumpets, called the three woes, begin. These are not just natural disasters, they're spiritual judgments, releasing forces from the unseen realm that torment and test the hearts of mankind. John writes, "The fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that had fallen from the sky to the earth. The star was given the key to the shaft of the abyss. When he opened the abyss, smoke rose from it like the smoke of a gigantic furnace. The sun and sky were darkened by the smoke from the abyss, and out of the smoke, locusts came down on the earth and were given power like that of scorpions. They were told not to harm the grass or any plant or tree, but only those people who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill them, but only to torture them for 5 months. Their torment was like the sting of a scorpion. During those days, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. On their heads they wore crowns of gold, and their faces resembled human faces. Their hair was like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. They had breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the thundering of many horses and chariots rushing into battle. They had tails with stingers like scorpions, and in their tails they had power to torment people for 5 months. They had as king over them the angel of the abyss, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, and in Greek is Apollyon, that is, the destroyer. The first woe is past. 2 other woes are yet to come. Mini lesson. This trumpet unveils demonic torment, not natural insects. The star who opens the abyss is likely a fallen angel, granted temporary permission to unleash spiritual forces of suffering. The locust's bizarre appearance symbolizes terror, deception, and relentless pain. They can't touch God's sealed people, only those who reject him. The names Abaddon and Apollyon both mean destroyer, showing Satan's desire to torment, while God's power limits how far he can go. The sixth angel sounded his trumpet, and I heard a voice coming from the 4 horns of the golden altar that is before God. It said to the sixth angel who had the trumpet, "Release the 4 angels who are bound at the great river Euphrates." And the 4 angels who had been kept ready for this very hour and day and month and year were released to kill a third of mankind. The number of the mounted troops was 200 million. I heard their number. The horses and riders John saw had breastplates that were fiery red, dark blue, and yellow as sulfur. The heads of the horses resembled lions, and out of their mouths came fire, smoke, and sulfur. A third of mankind was killed by these 3 plagues. By the fire, the smoke, and the sulfur that came out of their mouths. The power of the horses was in their mouths and in their tails. For their tails were like snakes, having heads with which they inflict injury. The rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues still did not repent of the work of their hands. They did not stop worshipping demons and idols of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood, idols that cannot see or hear or walk. Nor did they repent of their murders, their magic arts, their sexual immorality, or their thefts. Mini lesson. The Euphrates River was a historical border between Israel and her ancient enemies, Assyria, Babylon, and Persia. The 4 angels bound there symbolize restrained forces of destruction, now released at the exact time God appoints. The army of 200 million may represent demonic hosts or human military forces, but the message remains. When people reject God's mercy, he allows judgment to reveal the emptiness of rebellion. The tragedy is that even after all this, people still refuse to repent, proving that suffering alone doesn't change hearts, only surrender to God can. Lesson of the day. Revelation 9 reveals that spiritual warfare is real. When humanity closes its heart to God, it opens the door to deception, torment, and destruction. But even in judgment, God's mercy shines. He limits the time, he protects his sealed people, and he gives the world yet another chance to repent. This chapter reminds us that sin isn't just moral failure. It's a spiritual chain that binds people to darkness until they let the Lamb set them free. That's Revelation. Chapter 9, where the abyss opens, demonic forces are unleashed, and yet God still holds the final authority. Even as chaos rises, his seal remains, protecting those who belong to him. Next time in Revelation chapter 10, we'll see a powerful pause in the midst of the trumpets. A mighty angel descends from heaven with a little scroll, and John is told to eat it, sweet as honey, but bitter in his stomach. Stay tuned. Revelation chapter 10 shows that even in the middle of judgment, God continues to speak, reveal, and prepare his people for what's to come. If you're enjoying these Bible breakdowns and want to support what we're building, you can check out our merch at BibleBreakdownsDaily.com. It's just a small way to carry the message with you. I'll see you in the next chapter.